too. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Regulators! Mount up!
Well, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Tyler the Comic with Just Another Podcast. I'm joined by Devin Glass and Natalie Whalen. How you guys doing this evening?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thanks for being a part of the show. Did you guys drive in today? It seems like you guys were at a Cardinals game, so were you here all weekend?
Yeah, we drove this morning, woke up at the butt crack of dawn, and yeah, it was good. We just listened to some music and had a blast. Went through some cornfields.
Yeah, that's
Lots of cornfields.
a lot. Have you guys been doing comedy for a while together? Where'd you guys meet doing comedy?
Geez, we met like what? And
Take a shot.
Yeah, like it's an open mic in Chicago. It's this like competition-based open mic in like November.
Yeah, and then but the finals were in December.
Okay.
No, so it was all in December.
Oh wow! Can't believe it's only been 6 months. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and you've been doing comedy for? I've been doing it for like four and a half years now.
Yeah, I was sorry, I was going to get to that. So you've been doing it for about 4 years?
Skipping it?
Yeah,
You seem pretty experienced for only 4 years, so I'd like to say, like, people I've seen doing it 9 years, that's kind of where I was expecting you to say. So
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
seem comfortable up there. It was
Yeah,
really cool.
I try to have done it every single day.
Yeah.
That I could do it since I started. So thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And how long have you been doing it?
Roughly around 2 years.
Yeah.
Like I started my senior year of college, but it's kind of like a fake start. I feel like,
Yeah.
or like I had easy training wheels there
Yeah.
because like the jokes landed so easily. But I started religiously in Chicago in
Nice.
like August
Yeah.
of last year.
And so what was your guys' first experience like? Was it a good one? Was it kind of bad?
I started at a club in Bloomington, Indiana, and it was like a bringer show. So I was thankful to have like a cushy experience for my first handful of times. First time went great. Second time I bombed.
Oh,
and I was
man.
like, I got to start writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I bombed my first time for sure. I didn't really know what I was getting into. I was just at an open mic for fun,
Yeah.
as one does, but it was like 5 hours long. It was in Austin, and I didn't plan to go up, but I went up and just told a story about being on the Greyhound, and it got like a couple chuckles,
Yeah.
but I was like,
And you
It
said
was
the open mic
interesting.
was 5 hours?
yeah,
That-
it was insane. It was insane.
That's a long time for
Yeah.
anybody to sit through comedy. So even if that's your first time, that's going to be a struggle. Like hour
Yeah,
4 in, you
it's a
know,
job.
like
It's-
everyone else is already on like 6 drinks. You know, they're not even
Yeah.
really paying attention. So
Yeah, there was this guy that went up before me that was just like talking about like no punchlines, just talking
man.
about like cum.
yeah.
That was like the whole
Yeah.
bit for him, staring directly at me,
Wow.
and I was alone at a table.
Wow.
I'm like, okay,
How-
yeah. And then after I went up, he was like, "Hey, want to go talk outside?" I'm like, "No, no thanks."
That's a terrible icebreaker, you know.
Can I ask what time of night was it when you finally went up?
Oh, probably like 1 a.m. Yeah, it was
For the first time
ridiculous.
ever. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how
I
many
was
how many
sticking it.
people were in the room?
Oh my gosh. Oh, in the room when I went up?
Yeah.
There were probably like 10 to 12 or something.
Okay.
There was still like some people.
Okay. So it's not like an overwhelming amount of people, because
No,
sometimes when there's like 50 plus people in a room, and for your first time, that can be a little like, oh, this is a little overwhelming. But
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
that's
I wasn't
like
intimidated. It was just low energy. People
Yeah.
had been there for so
Yeah.
long, and I wasn't that funny. So
Yeah.
I also had pretty low stakes too. I started in January of 2021, so like I had to wear a mask on stage for
Wow.
the first 6 months that I did stand up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had Earl Buck from Dayton, Ohio, and he said that he had to do a couple Zoom stand-ups.
Oh, I've done those, yeah.
And I haven't done one of those, but I could only imagine how awkward that is. And
Yeah,
another
I know.
person was saying the delay on the laugh after the punchline was terrible. So
Yeah.
you gotta like unmute yourself to laugh.
Yeah,
It
like-
sounds horrible.
And some people probably have ugly laughs too, so you probably have to hear that a lot louder. So
Oh,
what was,
also my
No.
my last name is Whalen.
What was I
know,
saying?
Whalen, but
Oh
you know
my
I get it all the time.
Whalen?
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
I felt like if I said Whalen, it would have been the other way. So either way, I was.
Yeah, no,
Big
fair
shot.
enough.
Natalie's big time. In
Yeah,
Yeah,
you probably heard of me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they didn't recognize me when you said Whalen. So
Right. That
it's-
makes sense.
Yeah. No,
The
not
pop
at all,
was
mate.
bigger when you were up there. You did
Yeah.
incredible up there too. It was really funny.
Yeah.
You
Thank you.
got the whole crowd to do the wave.
Yeah, I
Like
did.
was that like was that a plan before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because we saw the wave at the Cardinals game, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
You've never seen that before.
No, I have.
Okay. I was like, no. Okay. I was
Yeah.
like,
What comics lie?
yeah. I know. Well, you got me on that one.
I like to do the wave when there's like 6 people in the room.
Yeah, there's probably a better environment for it.
But so what made you guys want to start doing stand-up? Have you always enjoyed other comedians? Have you seen comedy movies, or is it just you want to be talking in front of people?
My story was I had a close friend that was the president of the club in college, and so he kind of conned me into it. I was part of the email list since freshman year because I signed up for every email list as an eager freshman, and so I always got emails. I always kind of wanted to check it out.
Yeah.
So it was really from that club, and so he was like, just come to a meeting, like drunk out at the bar one night, and I'm like, and then I came and I'm like, okay, this is actually really fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got like shows and stuff, so that was sweet. Sorry.
No.
That's good. You're not exactly delaying gold. I'm a huge Daniel Tosh fan. So I used to watch like Tosh.0 all the time. And I always wanted to do something like that. I thought I saw myself doing like a video type show. Yeah. And then I found the specials, and then I learned that like stand-up was a thing. And then I just kind of found out about open mics, and then one thing led to another. But yeah, Tosh, cool. Daniel Tosh.
Awesome. I didn't realize he was a stand-up during the show.
Yeah.
Like I found out afterwards that he got his name in stand-up. I was like, no kidding. And then you watch a stand-up, you're like, that makes sense why his show is his show.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah,
so underrated.
Absolutely. And so, what are kind of your guys' goals in stand-up with kind of being newer in comedy? Are you just wanting to do kind of what you're doing now, and touring, doing stand-up, or you have any dreams of like doing skits, movies, or anything like that? Any inspirations or aspirations? I think that's the right.
I just want to pay my bills doing it, which, if I could, I would love to be a guy that just tours around and headlines like, the Heliums or the Bart Clubs or, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just like whatever clubs and pay my rent that way. Yeah.
And so are you kind of doing that now, or do you have like something to pay your bills like at home while you're there not doing stand-up?
I have incredibly cheap rent. I live in a basement in Chicago. So yeah, I'm able to thankfully pay my rent just doing like spots around the city.
That's really cool.
And coming out and doing stuff like this. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I respect that, because that's pretty like, you have to be all in.
Yeah.
You don't.
I have a cool landlord.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
I started it just doing open mics and stuff with no real future in mind, but then meeting people around the city and then like starting to do shows has just really fueled something. It's like so fun just to be in the environment and doing stand up and finding community in it. So I don't know. I'm ready for whatever.
Gotcha.
I would love to I love traveling. So if someday I do have the opportunity to tour, like even like as an opener or something, that would be electric. It would be so fun. I think that would be really, really awesome. I really just love small towns too. Are just so fun and like even just traveling locally. Like we did a show in like northern Illinois, like on the border of Wisconsin, and the crowd was so engaged, and it was really, really fun. So and I don't know, I love doing skits as well. Whenever I'm not like an actor by any means, but I don't know, I feel like you're kind of acting when you're on stage a little bit. When you do the same jokes over and over, you kind of have to keep it exciting for yourself, right? So you got to be like, you kind of have to pretend that you're saying it for the first time.
Every time, yeah.
So in a way, we are acting a little bit, but the character is ourselves.
So with being kind of new, what is the coolest experience you've had? Is it some other comic coming up and saying, hey, I really like this joke? Was it a crowd member saying, hey, you really made my night? What was something that, when someone says, hey, why do you do comedy? This is like the first thing you think of. I know it's kind of a difficult question. Make sure you follow us on stlcomedystudios.square.site is our website for tickets at STL Comedy Studios. Thank you for watching.
I mean, it's easy to say. For sure the answer is like friends and like all the cool people I've met. That is easily the greatest experience. But I don't know, there's some fun stuff. Like I've gotten to work with, and I won't name names, but I've gotten to work with some celebrities who are like, I've worked with people who are like on the way down.
Okay.
And you're doing gigs that are like on the way up. Okay. So it's like the low light of their careers or the highlight. It's just such a cool thing. Yeah. That was one of my interesting. I opened for somebody who used to be on SNL and now just tours around and does stand up. And just to see what every version of it could be was interesting.
It's crazy how the paths like meet,
It's crazy that we both end up in a VFW in Southern Indiana.
Oh man, I bet that's great.
4 decades in or 4 years in. That's how it works.
Yeah. So I was in a basement show back in like October of last year, and I was just an audience member. And then I asked the guy running it, I'm like, hey, how do you choose your comics? And he's like, do you want to come and do a show like next month or something? I'm like, Absolutely. The consistency now that I have that responsibility as well has like totally turned the leaf for me of knowing that it can be past open mics and it's pretty sweet. It's just so fun.
That's awesome.
It's like a chill basement show. It's like low stakes, but very fun.
Is there a social media plug you'd like to put
it's
in?
called at The Love Below Comedy Show on Instagram. And it takes place at Beer Miscuous in Lakeview, Chicago.
That's awesome.
Every third Thursday of the month at 8 p.m.
Devin Glass _ on Instagram. Devin with an I. All the good shows. I've done Natalie's show. Don't report me. I'm just grateful to be here. Comedy is like the best thing ever. I made new friends. It's reconnected me with old friends, people that I haven't seen in years. So, yeah, dude, this is the best. I like that you do this.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for coming.
Dude, you're the man.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
You can follow Natalie Whalen at
WWHALENN on Instagram. It's my last name with like extra letters on the front end.
Nice.
Devin Glass on Instagram, Devin Glass _ that is, and then same thing. I'm easy to find, just Devin Glass. Thank you.
And I'm Tyler the Comic. Make sure you follow us on social media at STL Comedy Studios. Thanks again. What's up, everybody? It's me, Tyler, with STL Comedy Studios. Thank you all for tuning in to Just Another Podcast with your host, Tyler the Comic. Welcome back to Just Another Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler the Comic. How long have you guys each been doing comedy?
I've actually been doing it for over 10 years.
When someone says, hey, as a comic, what is the worst thing you've ever had to deal with?
But I came out to St. Louis. I'm just kidding.
I will say the toasted raviolis, though. Y'all perfected the pizza roll. Really? Y'all took a Hot Pocket and made it magical, you know? It's so good. It's so good. I ate 75.
It's me and you right now.